This is Kristin, and I am from Ohio.
Okay.
And this is Katie. I am from Iowa.
So what are you doing in New York?
Well, we came here to talk to you.
Wow. You should have come here to Florida.
Yeah, that would have been better.
A little more toasty.
So are you helping somebody with food up there, or are you just doing the radio tours?
We're sort of doing a media tour, just talking about our farms and Thanksgiving. So,
I don't really cook, but I've done a few things. I can do eggs, fried eggs.
Yeah. That's a start.
Eggs are good.
But whenever I see something that says the first thing preheat oven, it's like, okay, I can't do that one.
You'd be surprised.
So how do you both own a farm, and are you together on the same farm? Or do you have obviously two separate farms?
We have two separate lives, two separate families, and two separate types of farms.
And how do you know each other?
So this is actually kind of fun that Katie and I met each other because of the great volunteer program, Common Ground, which is a group of farm women, just like ourselves, who volunteer our time to share about our farms and have conversations with people off the farm about how we're raising and producing the food that we all buy in the grocery store.
Okay, now Robin handed me, is this a recipe, Robin? Mexican turkey?
Yes.
Mexican turkey lasagna.
Yeah, that is my recipe. My husband and I have a turkey farm. We're third-generation turkey farmers. We're raising two little boys on the farm, and we're hoping that they'll be the fourth generation. And so because we have a turkey farm, we eat a lot of turkey, and this is one of my favorite recipes, and it's perfect to use for Black Friday. I call it my Black Friday lasagna because we always use our Thanksgiving leftovers. Puts a Mexican twist on it. It's a lasagna with tortillas, and it's got sour cream, green chilies, salsa, cheese in it, and it is delicious.
Oh, wow.
The entire recipe is online. It's at findourcommonground.com.
Findourcommonground.com. Okay.
That's right.
I mean, it all sounds good to me, but in all fairness to the cook, doesn't the cook work for 2 days before Thanksgiving or longer, and then it takes us all 20 minutes to eat it?
Well, I hope it takes more than 20 minutes. But, I think when you're sitting around the table talking to your family, and hopefully maybe you're doing a little preparation with your family while you're chatting and having conversation. But I think that person who volunteers for Thanksgiving meal prep probably enjoys being in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And people aren't aware, according to the notes, that it says U.S. farming supports more than 24 million jobs.
Absolutely. Farming is more than just Katie and I's, family operations. It's people doing lots of research and, working in off-the-farm jobs as well that support our industry as agriculture. In my home state of Ohio, agriculture is our number one industry. So there are a lot of people who are employed and working in the agricultural field, providing, fresh, safe food for your family.
I wonder where it is in Florida. I think it might be number two, although I think I've heard somebody say that farming is number one in Florida. Second is tourism, but some people argue and say it's the other way around. But either way, it's up there. It's close to the top.
Yeah, it's very important no matter where you are. And one of the other recipes that we've been sharing today is a dressing for Thanksgiving that actually has oysters in it. And that's something that a lot of families in the Midwest make at Thanksgiving time. You wouldn't think of families in the Midwest using oysters, but, that speaks to how available food is in our unique food supply, where we can get oysters on our shelves in November. Same thing with citrus fruits. We get oranges at Christmas time in our Christmas stocking, and that's a family tradition because at one time oranges were special in Iowa in December. Now we can go and buy them any week that we want to, and that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, and that was a tradition in my family too. Always an orange in the toe of the stocking.
Yeah, at Christmas time.
So oysters are pretty common, I guess, in the Gulf of Mexico. So we see them here a lot. So you just made a really good point. So our oranges are making their way all over the country, and our oysters are also, as is the corn from Iowa and everything from the different parts. So we're all sharing. And are we? How is it possible that we have tomatoes when they're out of season? Are they frozen? How does that happen?
Well, I think we have so many different climates in the United States, so we have the different seasons which allow us to, have that fresh produce year-round. So, and a lot of greenhouses, too. In farming, we're really good and try to be even better at embracing continuous improvement and learning new and better ways to farm. And one of those could include, growing tomatoes inside so that we can have them all year round, that red, juicy, ripe tomato.
Since the United States is so self-sufficient with farming and all of the variety of crops that are here, why does the U.S. import different tomatoes and things from like Mexico?
Well, we have all types of consumer choice here in the United States. And a lot of it has to do with supply and demand. So if we don't have enough of something, we have the opportunity to reach out and source those from somewhere else.
I love Thanksgiving, and I love turkey. You know what I love? I love stuffing. I've never had the oyster cornbread stuffing. So is that recipe also on the website that you told us about?
It is. Both recipes are on findourcommonground.com, and there's also many other recipes from farm moms and women across the country where we share a little story about where the recipe came from and then that farm favorite recipe in our families.
That sounds fun. We put together a cookbook, 6 or 7 years ago, I guess it's been already, and we didn't know it was going to be as popular as it was, and our listeners contributed to it. And it became, we published a book, a self-published book. It was, what was it, a half-inch? No, maybe, about a half-inch thick.
About a half-inch thick, yeah.
Yeah, it was huge.
Really nice.
We thought we were going to have like a little pamphlet of recipes, but we had so many people, including my favorite, which was squirrel. Not that not that I wanted to eat it. Yeah, I didn't want to eat it, but it was my favorite one in the book.
Yeah.
Well, people are very passionate about their food, and a lot of them have questions about where their food is coming from. And so that's why Kristin and I volunteer to, talk to you like this, to answer questions on the website or on our Facebook page. People really want to know where their food is coming from, and we're happy to tell them.
So are you serving as on the website as advisors, like as somebody's preparing their Thanksgiving dinner, they might have a question about it?
You live in Florida, so we could, fly in and help you out with that Thanksgiving turkey.
You got it.
It's a little warmer than our weather.
You got it. All right. Flying in, Robin.
Nice.
Well, thank you, ladies, for being on the air with us. Katie Olthoff, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Katie, am I?
Yes, you are.
All right. And Kristin Reese, thank you, ladies. Enjoy New York. I'm from New York, so I hope you're having a good time in the city that used to be home. And go to the website, findourcommonground.com. Findourcommonground.com. That was fun. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, we will take a little break. We'll be right back. We're going to have fun with Joe in just about 10 minutes.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The Pentagon has a long-to-fix list at nuclear facilities.
Investigations turned up serious problems at U.S. intercontinental ballistic missile bases, prompting Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel to shine a spotlight on the nation's nuclear operations.
Our nuclear deterrent plays a critical role in assuring U.S. national security. And it's DoD's highest priority mission.
He's not announcing any major policy changes.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. There's a report out alleging that the Justice Department may be scooping up information from your cell phone.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting, and Fox's contacts are not denying the existence of a program run by the Marshal Service under the Justice Department using a fleet of aircraft to collect phone data on criminals, but in the process picking up the communications of innocent Americans.
Fox's Catherine Herridge, and the Postmaster General says he's retiring in February. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Okay, the Atlanta trip. I have the rental car receipt, but no proof that I actually flew there. I have 2 breakfast receipts, but no dinners, and apparently I slept in the lobby because I have nothing from the hotel.
Traveling for work is work enough. Concur makes it easy. Your business travelers take pictures of receipts and submit expense reports from their smartphones. With Concur, they get to throw away the receipts, you get to rule the budget, and everyone goes home happy. Test drive it free at tryconcur.com.
Geico RV presents Reflections from the Road. After a few hours riding in my RV, I get in the zone. It's just me, the road, and the savings I get with Geico RV insurance. There's no more worries, no more 9-to-5 hustle. It's like I'm a caged animal set free. What's that? Is it a grizzly bear? No, it's just me switching to Geico RV insurance. Saving money, wild and free.
Geico, for your RV, trailer, or camper. See how much you could save.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m. Here are today's headlines from The Source. WOCA, the Star Banner, is reporting that a 46-year-old man committed suicide in the presence of a Marion County Sheriff's Office deputy when the deputy arrived at the man's home regarding an allegation against the man that he had inappropriate material on his personal computer. The man is identified in the report as Robert L. Barnes III. According to the report, Barnes' wife called authorities to report the alleged inappropriate material. En route to the man's home in the 5800 block of Northwest 2nd Street, deputies learned that Barnes was threatening to commit suicide. The deputy that attempted to speak to Barnes then witnessed Barnes kill himself with what is believed to be a shotgun. The report states that detectives seized a computer, cell phone, flash drive, and CDs, which are now part of their ongoing investigation. The report also states that Barnes worked for the city of Ocala, overseeing the city's fleet. Orange County Public Schools may ban all religious and political materials from school grounds because a satanic group wants to hand out materials to students. Orange County Public School Board Chairman Bill Sublett said a group called the Satanic Temple wants to distribute its materials, including a book called The Satanic Children's Big Book of Activities. They say it's a way to protest other religious materials being allowed in some Orange County high schools. Last year, an evangelical group was able to hand out Christian literature on school property. Liberty Counsel attorney Roger K. Ganem says banning religious material is unconstitutional. Liberty Counsel represents World Changers, which is the organization that has been handing out the Bibles. The school district in a meeting yesterday said it would consider the proposed ban based on similar rules in Miami-Dade and Broward school districts. The Satanic Temple sees the ban as a win for them because they don't think any religious materials should be in schools. In Palm Coast, a 10-year-old nonverbal autistic boy was attacked by a neighbor's pit bull dogs after the boy let the dogs out of the house, according to a Flagler County Sheriff's report. The boy left his own house at 2:30 p.m. Tuesday while his mother was not looking, according to the report. Veronica Von Tosh, the boy's mother, said her son has been known to go to the home and open doors. Von Tosh ran around the house to try to catch her son and then saw him running from the dogs. The dogs, named Isis and Trinity, chased the boy into the woods and bit him several times, with the most severe wounds being to each of his legs. The dog's owner, Randy Hasher, also told deputies that the boy has walked into his house several times before. The boy was listed in fair condition. The dogs are being quarantined for 10 days. And efforts to bring the USS Charles F. Adams to a Jacksonville port as a tourist attraction were one of the ideas championed recently. In August, the City Council approved of turning the licensing of the historic destroyer over to the Downtown Investment Authority, so the proper representatives have the approval to run the ship and museum. Joe Snowberger, CEO of the Jacksonville Historic Naval Ship Association, said his team is in talks with the Navy, waiting for the official disposition and transfer instructions for the donation of the ship, which should happen soon. The ship will go through some repairs in dry dock and will physically be in Jacksonville sometime in the spring. It will cost $3.5 million to get the ship, tow it from its current location in Philadelphia, and do the initial first phase rehab. Money